Hey everybody, first hunt of 2020 with Tika and Mike's Artifact Addiction. We're out here in Indiana. We got a new spot and we've only been out here for maybe 5 minutes. Looks like it could be a pretty productive spot. There's flake everywhere and I think I just walked up here on my first find of 2020. You ready? Let's see what this looks like here. Oh, he's got a little tip ding. Not a bad little start. Yeah, it's got a big old, maybe impact fracture or something, looks like. Little tip ding, but nice little stemmed point. 2020 on the board.
So I think I might have just found my first point of 2020. I might be a little rusty because I walked past it and then I dropped a flake I was carrying right next to it. So let's take a look and see what we have. It's a tiny little thing. Oh.
Broke or is it
I don't know.
Triangle?
I think it's a little triangle.
Oops. Yeah.
Good start.
Good start. 2020.
So I just found my first point of 2020 and I stood up to take a picture and I think I might have already found another point. Let's see.
Another triangle?
It's another triangle.
Awesome. We just found some pottery and I just said I bet it's going to have some Madisons in it, so.
It's a terrible video. It's perfect. Both within 1 minute.
Well, we're still at it here, Indiana, 2020, and I think I just found my daymaker. Tika just got done finding that double Madison, and check this dude out. Can't see the base, but it looks nice. You got her?
Yeah.
All right, there's not much hidden, but look at that.
Is that pointed?
It looks like they had broke it maybe, and then re-notched it or something. Yeah, it almost looks like it's almost, I thought maybe a double notch, but it isn't on this side. It just worked right off there. And that might have a little basting right there, but this is, it's dinged and then reworked. I'll take that one, huh?
That's cool.
Beautiful. One on the ground. I was at number 3 for the day. Looks like a little guy. Nice little guy. Nice little side notch point. Maybe a little break on the base. Pretty point though.
Like maybe my third triangle for the day. A little bit of a break.
Got one down here. Oh, nice. Another triangle. Another triangle. Got like 4 of these today. That's as thin as paper. Look at that. Nice. Over here, get it in the sun. There you go. Pretty? How thin it is.
Tiny.
Little tip coming out right here. Oh yeah. Some rough material. Fire pot. It's a find.
Hey, so we're still out here. I have found a lot of broken triangles, so I'm not quite sure if this is another triangle, but it does, at least it's a pretty material. Let's see what it is. See the working on it's really pretty. Oh, it is a triangle. I think this is like triangle number 7 for me
Not
today.
broke though, is it?
It's not broke.
Wow.
It's actually my favorite triangle ever now.
Holy smokes. You got a little tiny tip
It's
ding,
really
or is
pretty.
it? You're bringing the sun here.
Yep. Little dang.
Little ding. They're tough to find without any dings in them.
That was really pretty. I think that's all they have here.
Nice job. Yeah, it's definitely a predominantly Mississippian site.
Yeah.
Good job.
With the Madison theme, I just found another broken one, and here's another one. It looks like.
Where's that? Hold on. Find it.
Oops, sorry.
No, you're right. I just can't find it here. There we go.
Looks like the tip is broken.
Oh,
I
beautiful material though.
really think it could be at number 8 or 9.
All
All
Madison.
Madison triangles.
That's cool though.
That one's pretty though.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Just found something else. Another Madison. I have lost count how many of these I found today. Can't wait to see the cleanup.
So I got a pretty good sized tool here. So it's worked pretty well. Video here. Looks pretty. Really translucent. Wow, look at the flaking on that. Look at that. I don't know if that shows up or not, but there we go. Yeah, really translucent. Killer flaking. Big uniface. Well, I finally got one after Tika's picked up about 16 triangles, so it looks pretty good. Might have a little tip ding, but it's got some size to it.
Oh, nice.
Not bad. You can see it there, huh? Bring it over to the side of the sun. See it?
Very nice.
Yeah, well, just a small tip ding. Nice little stem point.
Oh, time with long stem.
Now it looks like I'm finally on the board with a Madison. There's a lot of flakes in here, and we keep popping them out thinking they're flakes, but a lot of them are Madison. Yep, look at that little guy. Get over here in the sun. Tiny. Tiny little tip thing, or a face thing. The little one though. Cool.
Just found something else. Got a pretty good day in Indiana.
Tiny.
It's super tiny.
Another Mississippi
It looks-
point.
I
Hold
can't
towards
really-
the sun behind you there. Keep going that way, yeah.
I can't see see.
Look at that. You see right through it.
I don't know if you can see that on the camera.
Okay.
And then, if I can find it, I just saw another one. Another super tiny one. So within 10 seconds of each other. And they're really similar.
2 micros.
Yeah, I'll take that. Something else? This is another Madison. To count how many of these I found today and put it in the cleanup.
You got a little stack on the back there.
It's definitely not as pretty as the other ones I found.
Looks like I got one more Madison on the ground. Might be the last point of the day. We're getting pretty close to being done. Yep. Another tip ding. But man, it's been a day of these guys. Ooh. Some of the points that we found, like I said, we found some really killer Madisons. Like I said, you saw us pull most of these, but I like to go through a few of them with you. This thing is just super killer. It's got a little tip ding on it, but flaked really well. Another one that's super nice. These things seem to be pretty tough to find that aren't busted a little bit. They all seem to have a little bit of nick here or there, but sweet little guy right there. This one's nice too. A little better material on that one. Tiny, tiny little guy. Pretty cool little points. Sometimes hard to find. They look a lot like flakes, but just some of the other points that were found. It's kind of neat too. It's also got a bit of an inclusion inside of it. Almost looks like a piece of Burlington here too. Turned into maybe half its scraper. This is a nice piece too. In this paper. Kind of beat up. It has a good story to it. You can see obviously it's been impact fractured pretty heavily. You can see right down the center there on both sides. It took definitely took a beating of some sort. So some of those are my favorite. It's got a story to tell with ancient wear like that. This is a nice point here too. It's got a small tip ding in it, but it's good material. Probably a Kirk or something like that. Pretty thick point. And then I would say the find of the day probably is this guy right here. Super, super thin. Beautiful material. Great flaking on it all the way around. It's kind of got a funky base. I'm not really sure what's going on. Thought it was broke, but it just seems like it's been worked right in that edge. There's some napping in there. And it just has this funky base kind of off to the side like that. I thought maybe like a little Adina, but I'm not real sure with that one. But it is nice. Super thin, super well made. So anyway, that's everything we found for March 7th. Like I said, thanks for coming along. First hunt of the year, and we'll be back out to find a ton more for you. See you later.